my last video got a little longer than I meant for it to be. I meant to keep all the sum and difference things together, but I got long-winded. So here's part 2. Peeling them apart, them meaning expressions, writing sine of 135 degrees minus 30 degrees, using that sum and the difference formula there. To get its exact value is one direction that we have to move. Now, sometimes, though, we will see things when we are working with an expression or with an equation, and maybe I see something like this. Sine pi over 7, sine pi over 5. And pi over 7 and pi over 5, those are not special angles that I know what those values are without computer assistance. But if I notice here, I've got a pattern. I've got the product of two cosines, and then I'm subtracting the sine of those same two angles. So if I look back up at this list of identities, okay, here's two cosines, plus or minus two sines. We said, well, the minus sign, if there's a minus sign between them, that's the top. Okay, so that would be the top symbol there. I could put these back together and call it cosine of pi over 7 plus pi over 5. Of course, then I would need to add those two fractions together and say, well, common denominator is 35, and I would have 5 plus 7, which is 12 pi over 35. Definitely not an angle. If I said, hey, I need to know the cosine of 12 pi over 35, that's not something we know. It's not a special angle. Okay. But also, if we see the pieces on the left, we can put them together to get the pieces on the right. It's early this morning, and my mouth is still not completely awake, I think. So I'm going to put another couple up here, and I want you to write them down, and then pause and think. Compare to what you have in the box to work with up above, and see if you can put things back together. If I was smart, I'd have had these written down before I hit record. So go ahead and hit pause on these, and then take them as far as you can, and then come back to me when you want to check your answers. Voila. Video magic here. I'm done with these guys. Almost on the last one, once I put those two angles back together, pi over 3 is one of our special triangles. I always need to double check when I get there. Can I go any farther? Sine 75, not so much. Cosine of that mess, not so much. But the sine of 60 degrees is square root of 3 over 2. So I need to go ahead and take that one step farther than the ones above. That's really all I wanted to say, but I didn't want to make that last video any longer than it already was. So this is what I'm going to call good with sums and differences. That's a lie, but with this situation.